Let's get into week 4. And there's some highlights that we got to talk about that happened in week 4. One of them, we got to talk about Tyreek Hill. Let's talk about Tyreek Hill. So, if y'all don't know, Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee and also tore some other ligaments in his leg. I think he messed up his ACL too. It was a devastating injury, a routine tackle. He catches the ball close to the sideline. Dudes tackle him. Most times, dude tackle, they get back up. But how Buddy tackled him, he twists Tyreek Hill leg. And Tyreek leg was looking, it was going different ways, if you know what I mean. Tyreek Hill leg was crazy. It looked crazy, looked brutal. Hoping for a speedy recovery. You know what I'm saying? But it was a brutal injury. The Dolphins went ahead and they won the game. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill, that injury I think it brought that fire in them to finish the game strong. They was already winning. You know what I'm saying? And they kept the lead and they closed out and they beat the Jets. Now they're 1-3. The Jets are 0-4. And the main reason why I want to talk about this Tyreek Hill situation is because Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, is probably going to retire. That injury that we saw, bro, I don't know how you come back from that and you're the same. Tyreek Hill, his thing is his speed. That's his superpower. His superpower is his speed. And with an injury like that, how many guys we've seen whose superpower is speed get a leg injury and they come back as a speedster? It's not a lot of examples you can bring up to say, okay, we got that. Remember him? You don't see too many dudes leg twist like that, knee dislocated and messed up, and they come back and they don't even skip a beat. We're not going to see that from Tyreek Hill. If he does come back, knowing him, he loves football, so he probably will. Now, if he does come back, then he probably won't be the same player. I don't think he'll be as productive as a Tyreek Hill we've seen in the last couple of years, but he still could be a good wide receiver. You still got to account for him. He still got great hands, but I don't think I don't think he's gonna outrun and just go route deep, just beat anybody off the line of scrimmage. I don't see him doing that anymore. I just don't see that, especially with that injury, bro. That's a gruesome injury. And I think the best thing for Tyreek Hill to do is just retire. And the reason why I say that is because you already accomplished everything. You're a Hall of Famer already. You're a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer. Nobody can take that away from you. What Tyreek Hill has accomplished in the NFL, a lot of guys can't say they've done that. Super Bowl. He's the only player in NFL history to have back-to-back 1,700 plus receiving yard seasons. The only player to ever do it. And one of the years he led the league in receiving yards. So Tyreek Hill is a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. He's one of the greatest athletes to touch the NFL, to touch a football. Now he got some things outside of the field. He got some things that's controversial. And you might, well, that's crazy. Why would you be doing that? You might look at him a little funny, like, damn, my boy, you doing that. But besides all that, bro, you can't take away how great he was as a wide receiver. You can't take away from that. But I think he's just retired. I think he should take this injury like Michael Irvin did. Michael Irvin got hurt. He was still in his prime, still balling, still dominant. But him getting injured, that career-ending neck injury that happened to him, that occurred, he retired I heard in 1999, got in the Hall of Fame in 2007. That means he was eligible. His first year being eligible, because that was been the 2000, was 04. So he had to wait 3 years. He had to wait 3 years, 04, 05, 06. So, no, hold on. Yeah, he had to wait 2 years. 05, 06, 07, 3. That's still 3, yeah, 3. So he had 3 years of eligibility before he ended up getting in the Hall of Fame. Tyreek Hill probably going to be a first ballot. Just because the cheetah, what he's done, the highlights, the crazy moments, him just beating dudes off the line with baseball with just speed. But then we're talking about his route running the route tree. You know what I'm saying? Climbing the ladder on dudes, getting up on dudes, mossing. We've seen it all from Tyreek Hill being only like a 5'8", 5'9" guy. He was very dominant during his whole tender in Chiefs. Then he go to Miami, don't even skip a beat, 1,700. So you really got to put a lot of respect on Tyreek Hill. Now you might not like him for the stuff he's done off the field, but you got to respect for this. You have to respect everything that he's accomplished on the field. So I really believe that he should retire, go off into the sunset, go ahead and retire, my boy, and go ahead and get that gold jacket because you deserved it, you earned it based on what you've accomplished on that field. So with that, I feel bad for Tua the most because now the pressure's on Tua times 10. It was already pressure on Tua. Now times 10 now. Because now you're 1-3. Now you got to make something happen. Jalen Waddle, this your time. You getting paid $28 million. That's a number one on most teams. That's the number one wide receiver money. That's number one wide receiver money. You making more than number ones on certain people teams, bro. They're paying you $28 million a year. You got to make something shake, bro. You got to do what it do. You're going to be the number one guy. You're going to be a guy they're dependent on. I heard they're bringing in Cedric Wilson Jr. off of the practice squad, so he's returning. But I'm looking at Jalen Waddle and I'm saying, what are you going to do? Tyreek Hill is gone for the season. Can you be that guy? Because he's a lesser version of Tyreek Hill in the sense of he's a speedster too, but he's not as dominant. He's not as dominant as Tyreek Hill is when it comes to using his speed to get open and all that stuff. Jalen Waddle, he's a dog too. He don't put up some crazy numbers too. Don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't. His impact is not like Tyreek Hill, but it has to be now for the Dolphins to even try to make the playoffs. Because right now they're nowhere near making the playoffs. They're 1-3. And looking at their schedule, if we go to the Dolphins' schedule, let's see who they got next. If we just look at their schedule, you got Panthers next. That's a dub. Your next 3 games is Panthers, Chargers, Browns. You could easily go 1-2, 2-1. My bad. You easily go 2-1, 3-4. Now you come to Atlanta and see us. How y'all feeling? Did you get to come to Atlanta? We get to spank that butt. Hopefully we do. But they're good, bro. They're good. Tyreek coming off a bad, gruesome injury of your teammate Tyreek Hill, and then coming off a win, you get Panthers, who's struggling. Bryce Young doesn't seem like he's going to be the future, and he's probably get benched again for Andy Dalton if he don't step his game up and play better. Then you got the Chargers, who they're coming off a bad loss. They should have beat the Giants. They come off a bad loss, but to be fair, they did lose Joe Alt. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he can play. They lost Slater before the season even started. He out for the whole season. So now you lose both of your best offensive linemen, which are your tackles. It's going to be a struggle for the Chargers. And when you got Bradley Chubb and Phillips, they can take advantage of that. And if they don't, that says a lot about them. You're going against 2 backup tackles and you can't dominate. So the Dolphins can easily go 3-0. But I like the Chargers team. They're a team I feel like probably win the AFC West. So I think they'll probably go 2-1. I can see them beating the Panthers for sure. Chargers, tough team. Justin Herbert playing his butt off. And when it comes to the Browns, bro, even though the Browns have a great defense, even though I like Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel's going to struggle. He's a rookie. And we're going to get into Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel later on. But Dylan Gabriel's going to struggle. So Miami can take advantage of having a rookie quarterback, having a kid in Bryce Young who we don't know. Just don't know, bro. Every year it's like, okay, he's going to come. He's going to show us something. And he just falls flat every time. So they can take advantage of beating the Panthers, probably a blowout. Then you could take advantage of beating the Browns with a great defense, but a mid offense because the O-line is old. People don't want to talk about it. Old O-line. You're talking about a team in the Cleveland Browns, which we're going to talk about them overall later on. We're talking about a team that had one of the best O-lines. If you look at 2020, 2021, 2022, you can make an argument Cleveland had a top 5 O-line. But from then and Deshaun Watson playing booty, the last 2 years, they've had one of the worst O-lines in the NFL. The O-line is not good at all, bro. A lot of those guys are just old, and then they're about to retire. And injuries, too. So the Dolphins should be able to take advantage of that, and now you're 3-4. Now you're looking at your 3-4, and you go to Atlanta 3-4, and whatever you do past that, it's up to you. It's up to Tua. The Falcons are going as far as Tua takes them, bro. They're going to go as far as Tua takes them. Tua has to play better. He has to be accurate because he's an accurate quarterback. That's his thing, being accurate. That's his thing. So he has to take advantage of that. With Tyreek Hill being injured, like I said, Tyreek Hill should just want to retire, go out into the sunset, get that gold jacket. And now it's on Tua and Jalen Waddle to step up, play up to their talent, because both of them are good players and potentially can be great players when everything is going right for them. So Dolphins gonna be good, man. Dolphins gonna be. They had a slow start, 0-3, but now Tyreek Hill being injured, you just beat the Jets. Let's go into Carolina, spank them. Might lose to the Chargers, but then let's go to Cleveland, take advantage of a rookie quarterback, and beat them. So that's that. My next topic I want to talk about. Let's talk about my Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons bounced back after getting beat by a horrible. This one of the worst loss in our history. One of the worst. I just don't get how the Patriots can put 40 on the Panthers, and we get a shutout by the Panthers. How do we get shut out when the Patriots put up 40? A Drake May put up 40, and Penix don't even score a touchdown. But he bounced back against the Washington Commanders, who didn't have Jaden Daniels, to be fair, had a Marcus Mariota, who still looked pretty good. He wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that bad. Now, 16 completions out of 27 passes. He threw for 156 yards, threw a touchdown, 1 interception. The running game, they couldn't really get the running game going. Chris Rodriguez Jr., 7 carries, 59 yards, but he did burst for a big one. So the average don't tell the whole story. He did burst for a big one, but besides that, the Falcons defense maintained keeping the running game down a little bit. Jacoby Crosby Merritt, he had 7 carries, 47 yards, 6.7 carries. Like I said, it don't tell the whole thing. Debo was their best receiver with 6 catches, with 72 yards and a TD. Luke McCaffrey made some plays on kickoff, on special teams, and on offense. And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Our defense is pretty good. Our defense, I think, has allowed, I think when we talk about yards allowed, we're first on defense when it comes to yards allowed. Come on, bro. We got a good defense. We're not giving up yards like that. We give up some big plays, which is a problem. But when you talk about who's giving up the most yards allowed, we're not that team no more. Because Falcons used to get their butt beat by everybody. Our defense every year has gotten better. So I give Raheem Morris that even though I still have questions about him, our defense, who's giving up the least yards allowed this season. The least yards allowed this season. I appreciate that, bro. Great defense. I like the Watt kid. He's looking like he's probably going to be our best safety. Jesse Bates still make his plays. He moves around, do what he got to do. But I like this Watts kid, bro. He's good. 31, he's good, bro. 2 picks already. That boy can ball. So I like that addition. The Bowman kid, I like him too at the nickel. Our defense is coming along. Pierce, he making plays. Javon Walker, he making plays. So Terry Fontenot, I appreciate you, my boy. Like I said, this is your best draft your whole career being with the Falcons. So I do appreciate that. But let's talk about this offense, bro. Penix stepped up, bounced back. We're talking about 20 completions out of 26 passes. That means he only had 6 incompletions. He threw for 313 yards, 2 interceptions. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Bijan. Now, the running game wasn't spectacular, but we had our moments. And we fed Tyler Algier and we fed Bijan. Bijan, 17 carries, 75 yards, 4.4 average per carry. Algier, 16 carries, 51 yards, 3.2. Both had touchdowns. Both made impactful plays. Then we get to our receivers. Penix was slanging that thing around. Drake London, our best receiver, 8 receptions, 110 yards, a TD. Bijan had 1. Threw it up to him. Caught that thing. Come on, man. Let's go, baby. Kyle Pitts showed that he one of them boys, man. Kyle Pitts, they're finally utilizing Kyle Pitts and his talent, bro. I felt like since Matt Ryan had Kyle Pitts in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, I feel like the Falcons as an organization has not utilized Kyle Pitts in the right way. And I'm happy they're finally using him in the right way, moving him around, letting him put him in positions where it was a mismatch and taking advantage of the mismatches. And that's what they've been doing, bro. This guy is 6'6", y'all. He's 6'6". Let's take advantage of him being 6'6". And the Falcons have done that. Penix, we finally have a quarterback, bro, that can throw it deep, that's accurate, and who ain't afraid to risk it for the biscuit. And yes, he threw a bad interception. He didn't see the dude, which is fine. But What I like about Penix is he give his receivers a chance. He throws his receivers open. He basically tells his receivers, I trust you. Go get it. I'm going to throw it to you. Go get it. I trust you. And every receiver that we've seen so far has taken advantage of that, bro. Penix is a good quarterback. Now, he had me worried getting shut out by the Carolina Panthers, but the Carolina Panthers, for some reason, been our kryptonite, especially playing at home, at their crib. At their crib, I think in the last 3 years, we're like, the Panthers been bad for the last 3 to 4 years. And I think we're like, what, 1-3 against the Panthers in the last 4 years? So I'm not surprised. We're like 1-3 against them at their home, away. So every time we play in Carolina, we always lose. It don't matter what their record is. They spank us. I think the only win dub we got was last year with Kirk Cousins. Andy Dalton started. He probably gonna start again if Bryce Young don't get his shit together, get his stuff together. But all I want from the Falcons is give us hope. That's all I keep asking. Give us hope. And I can finally say I have hope. I know it's after 4 games, but I still have hope. I'm always going to critique the Falcons. I'm a diehard Falcon fan, but they're giving us hope. And that's all you want as a Falcon fan, just to have some hope, bro. Can we get over that hump? Can we just make the playoffs? And looking at the Saints and looking at the Panthers, the only team that worries me are the Bucks. We should have beat the Bucks. Younghoe Koo, appreciate for your time with the Falcons, but you had to go. You cannot miss. Come on, bro. Anything less than 50 kicker, it should be automatic for a kicker. Anything less than a 50-yard field goal should be automatic to a kicker. And Younghoe Koo missing 50, 45-yard field goals. How are you missing 45-yard field goals when you got niggas out here in Aubrey with the Cowboys making 56, 57? You have to take advantage of you in a dome missing easy kicks. You're not outside kicking 65 like the Bucks kicker did and he made it. The longest kick in the outdoor stadium. So we let that game get away. Got our ass beat by Carolina. Got them a dub. Probably going to be their only dub of the season. And now we're back on track of beating a nice Commanders team. Now, the Commanders got some things they need to work on, especially the secondary. That secondary is not that good. And I like Bobby Wagner. He can't cover for nothing. Just let that man play some zone. There's no way you got Bijan going on a real route. You got Bobby Wagner playing man. He's playing man-to-man on Bijan. Bijan runs a real route and smokes Bobby. Smokes him, bro. Smokes him. That's why he had 106 receiving yards. Smoked him. Had over 180 total yards during the whole game. But all that Falcons fan want, we just want a team that gives us hope. That's all we want as a Falcons fan. We just want a team that can give us some hope, bro. Xavier Watts is a dog. A dog. I like Xavier Watts. I like Billy Bowman Jr. He's a dog. Leonard Floyd. The leadership and the veteran and the leadership that Leonard Floyd has brought to the team has impacted us in a very great way, bro. In a very positive way. Because you see Pierce, I like Walker, that both of them are making plays, stepping up, getting pressure on the quarterback. That D-line has improved, bro. We're a team that last year we're worse in sacks. We were last in sacks, last in pressure rate. And now we're probably, if you look at it, we're probably like in the top 10, top 15. And that's all you want, bro. You just want a team that has a consistent defense that can get to the quarterback or make the quarterback get the ball out quick. And that's what you want. And we did that. So I appreciate that. But we just got to keep it up. That's all we got to do. We got to keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Total yards, we have 453. Passing, 307. Rushing, 128. 24 first downs. We were 50% on third downs. We had 2 sacks. No fumbles. And we had 9 more minutes of time of possession than the Commanders. And that's all you want as a Falcons fan, bro. You just want a competent team that can make plays and give you hope. And that's what the Falcons doing. So I appreciate that. I appreciate Raheem for showing me that, okay, I can be a great coach. I can get this defense fire on all cylinders and make plays and fly around the field and dominate. And that's what they've done. Vikings game, this game. Can they keep it up? We'll see. But for right now, I have a little hope. I have some hope that we're going to be a legit team this year. I hope we are, bro. I really do hope we are. Because last time we started off strong, ended the season then it was terrible the last couple of games. This year, we can't do that, bro. We're going to start strong, need to end strong. I think with Penix, he going to have his moments. All quarterbacks do. But we need to see more positive moments than negative moments. We need to see more good moments than bad moments. And hopefully, he does that. So, appreciate the Falcons. And the last thing I want to talk about, hold on. I have another game I want to talk about. Pittsburgh. I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all know me, right? This year, I'm not really a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. My dad is, my uncle is, and my cousin is. My cousin said, Terry, and my dad and my pops, they're some diehard Steelers fans. Me personally, I'm not. But with Aaron Rodgers, this being his last year, you know what I'm saying, one of the last great quarterbacks of my childhood, finna retire. Why I gotta root for Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, I gotta root for him. And I hope he goes off into the sunset with a playoff win. And right now they're 3-1. The defense had a great game in Ireland against Minnesota. Mind you, Minnesota did hire Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz made some plays. He ain't no scrub. I know y'all like to call him a scrub, but he's a great backup. He's a good backup. He made some plays. But the Pittsburgh Steelers defense finally looked like the Steelers defense. The Steelers defense that I've been seeing my whole life finally came to the party last Sunday in Dublin. And I appreciate that, man, because you look at the first 3 games, Steelers have been terrible. Like, bro, the Steelers have been terrible. They have not looked good at all. And they finally say, you know what? Week 1, we was terrible. Week 2, we was terrible. Week 3, we was terrible. Let's go show them that, nah, this Steelers defense. And they showed that. They showed that, picked off Carson Wentz twice. Aaron Rodgers made some plays. Him and DK each week, they're just getting better with just the connection between Aaron Rodgers and DK is going to get better week by week by week by week by week. And I'm telling you, watch DK Metcalf, bro. DK Metcalf, by the end of this season, say what you want, he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver. If him and Aaron Rodgers, that chemistry and the timing, they can get that right, I'm telling you, DK Metcalf will be an all-pro this year, bro. Because he balling. He ready. Anytime the ball is in his hand, the yak yards, everything, he's dominant. So watch out for DK Metcalf this season, bro. I like DK, man. I like DK. I don't really like the fingernail stuff. He too big for all that fingernails. Some of the stuff, he be dressing, look kind of crazy, little sassy. But besides all that, bro, my boy can ball. I'm high on DK Metcalf this season. I feel like he's gonna have a great year. Right now, he's showing he's looking like he's gonna have a great year. He potentially can have an all-pro year. My only knock on Pittsburgh, and it's on Aaron, but Aaron, y'all, is they got to throw the ball more down the field. You just can't throw in slant routes and screen. We can't keep doing that, bro. 5-yard in and out routes all day. We're going to have to throw that ball down the field. We're going to have to see some post and go routes from Aaron. And I know he's 41 on the 21st season. But in order for the Steelers to get over the hump, to actually compete in the AFC, Aaron's going to have to sling that thing around. He's going to have to bring back at least 40% of the 2020 or 2021 Aaron Rodgers. He's going to have to for the Pittsburgh to get over the hump and actually be a team that can compete for – they're going to win the division. If they don't win the division, Mike Tomlin should be ashamed of himself. But they compete for a Super Bowl. You can go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo. You can go into Kansas City, whoever win there, the Chargers, whoever win, and go beat them. You know what I'm saying? So they have a great team. They have a great team. I like the team. The defense is coming to play now. The defense is starting to turn up and make plays. And Aaron Rodgers, if they keep him up, the O-line has impressed me this year. They have impressed me. And if the running game could stay consistent with Gadwell and Jackson and Johnson, and when my boy Warren come back, they should be firing on all cylinders and they should make plays and they should do what they do. So I like Pittsburgh. Like I say, my only issue with them is throwing the ball down the field. I need to see Aaron throw for 250. You can't throw for no 200, 190 to 200 flat. I need to see some 250, 300, some 300-yard games in order for Pittsburgh to get over the hump. Because Josh Allen going to do that. Patrick Mahomes going to do that. Justin Herbert going to do that. Daniel Jones going to do that because he looked good too. So shout out to Pittsburgh. I just hope that Aaron Rodgers could go into the sunset either with a playoff win, a Super Bowl appearance, or a Super Bowl win. So shout out to Mike T. You can't every time we try to doubt Mike Tomlin, bro, he just laughs at us and just have a winning record, get him in the playoffs. But hopefully he can laugh at us, have a winning record, get him in the playoffs, and they win a playoff game. The last game I want to talk about, which to me, but probably, if you want to say, I know a lot of people said, which game? Everybody saying was game of the, dang, was it Sunday Night Football? I know a lot of people like Dallas and Green Bay. Michael really ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He had a sack in overtime. He really ain't do nothing. He was an afterthought. He didn't jump off the screen or nothing like that. Dak had a field day against the Green Bay Packers. George Pickens had a field day against the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love had a field day against Dallas, and Dobbs had a field day against Dallas. So it was just two great offenses destroying two underwhelming defenses. But the game, to me, of the week, bro, was that Rams and Colts game. We got to talk about that game. That was a great game. We got to talk about the Rams and Colts game. To me, was the game of the week. If you watch that game, bro, if you look at just the stats alone, you're going to be like, oh, Daniel Jones threw 2 picks. Oh, Daniel, no. Daniel Jones was slinging that thing around, bro. Daniel Jones is on a resurgence. He's reborn. He is reborn. Daniel Jones, 24 completions off of 33 attempts, 262 passing yards, threw a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor, who's an MVP candidate. You can make an argument, Jonathan Taylor and Bijan right now, because Saquon's off to a slow start. They're the best 2 wide receivers through 4 weeks. You can make an argument of that. Jonathan Taylor could have had a touchdown, but my boy A. Mitchell, first of all, dropped the ball before he went through the end zone, touchback. Then holding while Taylor go ahead and score like a 30-yard touchdown. Holding. So 2 plays that could have been touchdowns, and we're looking at the Colts. The Colts probably should have won the game 34-27 or 34-20. But that's why each play matters, bro. Each play matters. And even though Mitchell did that, my boy still had 3 catches for 90. Tyler Warren, rookie, can actually looks good. These tight ends coming into the league, they just coming in they don't miss a beat. They go to college, dominate, then they come to NFL like it's nothing. They dominate. Tyler Warren, 5 yards for 70. 5 catches for 70 yards. Then Michael Pittman, somebody who just always consistent. 5 catches, 41 yards. Josh Dobbs, that little, he quick, run some nice air routes. Josh Downs, 4 catches, 24 yards. Defense is decent. They got a decent defense too, man. But the Rams, let's talk about the Rams, man. Matthew Stafford, how old is this dude, bro? That boy, I don't know what. He must got the Lazarus pit. Matthew Stafford jumping that Lazarus pit before every game, bro, and just show out. 24 completions off of 41 passes, 375. 375 and 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 33 carries, 77 yards. Blake Corum, 9 carries, 21 yards. Now let's talk about these receivers. Some dogs. Puka Nacua, based through 4 weeks, he's the best receiver. 13 receptions, 170 receiving yards, a touchdown. Tutu Atwell, the game-winning touchdown, just 1 catch, but it went for 88 yards. Devontae Adams, the best number 2 wide receiver in the league right now. 4 catches, 56 yards, a touchdown. Tyler Higbee, an old man, but he's still productive. Matthew Stafford, bro, that boy got that Lazarus pit at the crib. I'm telling you, that boy got that Lazarus pit at the crib. And he ain't skipping a beat. I mean, he ain't missing a beat right now, bro. He's not missing a beat. He's making all the throws that most people can't make. He's still making them at his age, bro. Like 37, still balling. MVP candidate. I'm sorry, man, I didn't put you in there. Through the first 4 weeks, you got Josh Allen, and I know they lost. Still Justin Herbert. But we're going to see because he just lost Joe Alt. So we're going to see. But I'm going to still put him in there. Daniel Jones. Jonathan Taylor. And the 5th guy, Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry. If you want to say 6, you want to put Puka in there too, that's cool. Puka might win offensive guy. Him and Jonathan Taylor might have to fight for that offensive through 4 weeks. But through 4 weeks, if we just do quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Herbert, my boy Daniel Jones, and you got to put Matthew Stafford in there. You got to. Matthew Stafford balling. The week 4, the throws he was missing in week 3 against the Eagles, he made Week 4 against the Colts. He redeemed himself. Bro. He did. He missed a couple of throws that's usually like easy to him, like layups to him. He was missing them. Came back, made him look like layups, like he usually do. So, So, shout out to that. That was a great game. You had to watch it. If the Colts just A. Mitchell, if he don't drop the ball before he go in the end zone, touchback, and if he don't hold and JT go score that touchdown like he did, and they don't call it back, we're looking at a 4-0 Colts team. They're probably going to win the division. The division they're in sucks. Jacksonville is the only threat, but I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? I don't put a lot of money on Trevor Lawrence, not on loss. So he's gonna have to show me and prove to me that he's legit. Daniel Jones showing me he's legit. People forget that Daniel Jones played on a terrible O-line. He was always banged up. And he never really had a running game unless Saquon was healthy. Now he has a great running game, has one of the best O-lines, and he's behind one of the best. I'm saying he got the best O-line in front of him blocking for him, and he got some good wide receivers. So you can't count them out at all, bro. So shout out to them.